By the way, spending on food stamps, nothing to laugh about. That's hit a record high. Last year, the government spent $80.4 billion on food stamps. That's an increase of $2.7 billion just from the year before. A report in the New York Post finding that welfare recipients are actually taking out cash at EBT ATMs, try to say that fast, bars, liquor stores, porno shops, even strip clubs. The state agency that oversees the cash acceptance program even lists some of these welfare-ready ATMs on their website. So, Judge, you're still with us here. By the way, for those who didn't get a chance to see, that's yesterday's New York Post. What you can do with your welfare check. Some of the things you can do with it. This is kind of crazy. Listen, here's the thing I want to ask you. If we, the taxpayer, give people money, out of being a benevolent society, do we have a right to tell them how to spend it?
No, we can't control how they spend it because money's fungible.
But if you have zero, if I'm assuming you have zero money, and now you do have money, whatever it is, and it came from the government via the taxpayer, do we say, don't buy your kid potato chips with that money? Don't take it to the strip club with that money. Can we put restrictions on it?
No, I don't think we can. First of all, in my world, the federal government wouldn't be giving individual welfare to anybody because it's not authorized by the Constitution, and it's also an interference with the free market. Local government is a different story. State government is a different story. Those constitutions are permitted. But it's obvious that the folks who go to that establishment and use federal cash for it don't need the cash for food. I mean, cash is fungible, so they have some cash with which they are buying the necessities of life, and they have other cash that they're using for this kind of entertainment. I don't think you can tell people how to spend money that you give it to them. I think you can control how much money you give to them, the circumstances under which you give it, and to whom you give it. But I don't think the government has the resources. It would be utterly Orwellian for the government to track dollars to determine how they were spent.
So along that same line of thinking, then, would the argument be then to give them less money so that they don't have to kind? In other words, listen, we're a great society, but ultimately, I mean, how poor are you if you can afford to go have a few drinks while you watch strippers?
I would argue, and if our colleague were here, he'd go crazy over this because they taught him at the London School of Economics that the government has the power to take from the rich and give to the poor. But I would argue that it's impossible to be charitable with somebody else's money. Charity comes from the heart. You can only be charitable with your own money. When the government takes tax dollars and gives it away, that is not charity. When one of the three of us voluntarily gives to someone for whom we feel sympathy and empathy, that's charity.
Judge Andrew Napolitano, thanks a lot.